Yes.
Yes.
glad to be here. Yes, you bet.
Yeah. So we have two very distinguished presenters tonight. For those of you who don't know Dr. Shelton is the Chief Medical Advisor for Deseret Biologicals. He is an MD, MD homeopath, diplomate in homeopathics. He is the current president of AHIMA, which is the Arizona Homeopathic and Integrative Medical Association. He is the past president of the Arizona Homeopathic Licensing Board, which is, I think, one of 3 states that licenses the MD homeopaths, and was past chief medical advisor for the largest homeopathic company in the world, dean of bioenergetics for the British Institute of Homeopathy. And so we have one of the foremost experts in homeopathics as well as integrative medicine with us, with Dr. Shelton, so we're excited to have him, as always. We're also very excited to have Dr. Leppard. This is the first time we've had Dr. Leppard on with us. Dr. Leppard is probably the foremost expert, or one of the most, he would not say that, but he's probably one of the foremost experts in the world on Equol. Let me give you a little bit of his background. Dr. Leppard received his PhD in physiology at the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center in Dallas, Texas. That was chaired by 2 members of the National Academy of Science. And for those of you who read a lot of health articles, which I do, a lot of the most cutting-edge things that are going on in medicine seem to come out of Southwestern. So that's a very progressive place to be when you're starting out. Dr. Leppard stayed in Dallas for his postdoctoral training and was an assistant professor in the Department of Psychiatry when he took a position at BYU. He's currently a professor of physiology and neuroscience in the Department of Physiology and Developmental Biology. Dr. Leppard has authored over 80 publications in international scientific peer-reviewed journal. He has over 8 book chapters or scientific reviews covering reproductive biology, neuroscience, and our topic for tonight, phytoestrogen research. Dr. Leppard has received funding from National Science Foundation, National Institutes of Health, and the United States Department of Agriculture. Received numerous invitations to present his work all across the world with universities, governments, pharmaceutical companies. And his research has mostly dealt with neuroreproductive physiology, but his most recent efforts, and really the focus of what we're talking about tonight, are aimed at discovering the role of plant estrogen-like molecules, which is Equol, in protection against cancer, obesity, and depression. These relevant areas have great potential for improving human health and quality of life. So we're super excited. We've tried to bring sort of the experts in what we're talking about tonight. For those of you who are new to DesBio, the way the format will work tonight is Dr. Shelton and Dr. Leppard will present what we have for you tonight. And then at the end we will have a question and answer session. And that question and answer session, the way we get those questions is you'll see a little question box in your control panel from the webinar software. You can type in your questions anytime during the event, and I will read those questions to Dr. Leppard and Dr. Shelton, and they'll be able to respond. Also, one other thing, for those of you who, we're going to go through this fast and you're going to want to watch this again, it takes about a week, sometimes 2 weeks. We'll try and get this one up extremely fast for the replay of the webinar to go up on our replay page. And that's at www.desbio.com/resources. And I'll actually put that in the chat box for everyone. So you'll have that. That will also come in an email after the event tonight. So with that, I think we'll get started. Let me show you the agenda for tonight, and then we'll turn this over to Dr. Shelton. We're going to go through kind of our comprehensive weight management solutions. Although EquolSlim is a major portion of what we're presenting tonight, it is one piece of our total solution. So Dr. Shelton's going to kind of walk you through where our HCG diet fits in, where EquolSlim fits in, where is, I think you saw in the announcement, we're launching our HCG formula without HCG, where all these pieces fit in. And the way we've kind of broken that out for you is kind of 2 categories, major versus minor weight loss, and then weight maintenance. And so kind of for each one of those categories, we've put together what we believe is kind of the protocol for those type of people. So we'll kind of present that tonight. We're going to go through in-depth what's in EquolSlim and all the data with Equol. Equol is from what I've seen in alternative medicine, and I've only been around for about 15 years doing this, it is the most researched molecule or newer molecule that I've ever seen come into alternative medicine. So I'm super excited for you guys to see the data and science with respect to Equol. There's also some great other ingredients that some of you may be familiar with that are supportive to that. Dr. Shelton's going to walk us through that. Talk a little bit about protocol and pricing, and then a couple of the other products that are out to help you with the HCG diet, with general weight loss, with some of the emotional issues that people are dealing with appetite. So we're super excited. I think you guys are going to love this webinar. It's a little bit longer than normal because we have tons of science to show you, tons of data. And with that, Dr. Shelton, I'll turn the slides to you, or I'll move the slides for you.
Okay, welcome everyone from Phoenix, Arizona. This is Dr. Shelton. I'm sitting at my desk in my office. It's still daylight here. I don't know where it is, where you are. Tonight, as Paul Harvey would say, is time for the rest of the story. I mean, DesBio has developed this weight loss program that started with the HCG homeopathic, which has really gone far, and a lot of people have used it very successfully. A lot of people are very happy with it, and there are questions as to what to do in between the rounds of HCG. There are questions what to do when you get to maintenance. There's questions of what to do when you get too hungry during the program. So tonight we're going to be presenting EquolSlim as the missing piece of the puzzle, along with two other products that are being introduced tonight that we'll get to as we go through it. So as Jake said, we have divided things into major weight loss, which means you have a BMI, a basal metabolic index, of 25 or greater, and you want to lose more than 10 pounds. For those of you that don't know how to figure out the BMI, just go to Google and look up BMI calculator, and you type in your height, your weight, and it gives you your BMI. There's a formula that it goes through. And we have this minor weight loss and maintenance phase if you have a BMI of less than 25, which is considered optimal, and you only want to lose less than 10 pounds, or you want to maintain your current weight. That's what the EquolSlim fits into. So next slide.